Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Before we move to the video, I just want you all to know that 3 years ago we released some videos similar to this. If you all didn't watch it, please go ahead. So here's the continuation. And today we are gonna see about the top 5 adult comedy movies part 3. Make sure you are gonna like the video and subscribe to our channel. Number 5. Hot Tub Time Machine. This was released in 2010. The story follows a group of best friends who've become bored with their adult lives. On one hand, Adam has been dumped by his girlfriend. Lou is a party guy who can't find the party. Nick's wife controls his every move, and video game obsessed Jacob won't leave his basement. After a crazy night of drinking in a ski resort hot tub, the men wake up, heads pounding, in the year 1986. This is their chance to kick some past and change their futures. Whereas one will find a new love life. One will learn to stand up for himself with the ladies. One will find his mojo. And one will make sure he still exists. The guys are hilarious, especially Craig Robinson. Rob Corddry is insane. The fact is that the premise is ridiculous and the movie knows it. All the silly 80s references are hilarious. The group of friends have great chemistry. There is general insanity and silliness going on.
Could I text you later?
Wait, what?
Are you online at all?
I have no idea what you're saying.
How do I get a hold of you?
Come find me.
That just sounds...
Number 4. Girls Trip. This was released in 2017. The story is about a group of friends who called themselves the Flossie Posse. That started to drift a bit, however, with Ryan being the keynote speaker at the Essence Festival in New Orleans. She crafts a 5-year reunion in the making. One which was a much-needed escape for her girls. For Dina, it was because she just got into a fight with another coworker and has been fired. For Lisa, she needed that girls trip because it has been 2 years since her divorce. And she needed some. Then in terms of Sasha, she needed to escape a life that Ryan sort of forced her hand to take. But while Ryan may be a keynote speaking for the Essence Festival, this lifestyle guru, her life isn't perfect. In fact, her marriage is falling apart. However, through the strength of the relationship she has with her girls, she is reminded who she is without her husband, much less why she loves these 3 wild, intelligent, and loyal women. This movie has good things. The performances were strong, whether in the comedy and in the drama. Tiffany Haddish in particular gives it her absolute all and shows great confidence and comic timing, though it did feel forced at times as well. Chemistry together that sparkles in the best moments, their friendship being clearly genuine.
If you are going to come along with us, please refrain from saying things like preach or go girl or any other colloquialisms that you may have looked up on Urban Dictionary.
Number 3. The Dictator. This was released in 2012. General Aladdin is the lead character in this outrageous political comedy, a vicious militant dictator in the North African nation of Wadiya. He is a wacky over-the-top figure, politically incorrect in every way, and he is a big fan of casual torture and murder of his opponents. He proudly is attempting to build nuclear weapons to take out Israel, but when the United Nations threatens to intervene, Aladdin decides to go to New York to explain himself. However, when he arrives in New York, his uncle has him kidnapped, shaved, and replaced by a lookalike, but when the kidnapper sets himself on fire, Aladdin is let loose in New York. But without his trademark big bushy beard, no one recognizes him in the entire city. After that, he faces more consequences, which leads to funny turn of events, and within this he tries to prove that he's the real Aladdin. It's one of the best comedy movie that we laugh entire 1.5 hours of this movie. The direction was really great and casting is superb. This is a laugh out loud, offend everyone and take no prisoners comedy. Sasha is an incredibly hysterical guy, and this movie he takes to a whole new level of silly insanity. Watch it and leave your political correctness at the door. You won't regret it. Number 2. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. This was released in 2004. Story revolves around two friends namely Harold and Kumar. Harold is being bullied at work to do other people's jobs, whereas his best friend Kumar just failed his medical school interview. The two go home to their apartment bummed, so they get high. When they get the munchies, they decide to go to White Castle. Afterwards, a series of crazy events unfold. They go to Princeton to score marijuana. While stopping to pee, Harold gets bitten by a raccoon. At a hospital they get mistaken for surgeons. Their car breaks down and a deformed mechanic helps them and asks for a foursome with his wife. They get chased in the woods by a cheetah. They run into Neil Patrick Harris, steal a car from a bunch of hooligans, and ride a hand glider all the way to White Castle. After the ordeal, the two are high on the experience and decide to change their crappy lives around. Harold stands up to himself at work and asks out the girl of his dreams. And Kumar enlists in med school. This is full-on slacker humor. The two guys make great comedic chemistry without the usual comedian. Their humor really comes from their friendship. The fact that they're both Asians is almost a side issue except for some ignorant racist characters in the movie. Number 1. Hot Fuzz. This was released in 2007. The plot revolves around Sergeant Nicholas Ainge, who's a tightly wound London cop whose arrest record is 400 times higher than anyone else's is showing up his colleagues. So the department rewards him by assigning him to a sleepy country town called Sandford, where there are no recorded murders but the accidental deaths are astronomical. Sergeant Angel, who's all business, is annoyed with his new post and his new partner named Danny, who's the childlike son of the department's inspector and obsessed with Hollywood action films and impressed with Angel's past as a city cop. Sandford, as it turns out, isn't as idyllic and crime-free as it looks. All those accidents are really murder most foul, but only Nick and Danny want to follow the leads to the truth, which culminates in an unrelentingly grisly but still funny climax that's full of every action cliché in the Hollywood playbook. This is just brilliant. People who like British humor will love this one. It is really funny. It manages to make fun of ridiculous plots used in action movies and at the same time entertain you with their own ridiculous plot, which is quite thrilling. Even when you don't get the subtle humor, there are more than enough visual jokes to be enjoyed. That's it for today, guys. Comment below if you want another part of this version. Stay safe and cheers.